it made a lifetime high. The revised level is 306. So if you want me to look at the price action, this whole damn thing is compression. Okay, wait for Airtel to drop down back. It will easily come to 400. Mark my words. Because this kind of compression is very, very dangerous. This whole compression is extremely dangerous. And look at the way the candles are moved above. It is a very, very uncomfortable, inconsistent, non-confidence movement. All right. Now let me come back to my story. Since I had to erase it, I need to redraw. I'll pick the line. I'll take that example, the same damn example. Okay, this is where it started, high, low. This is the bottom it made, went up, maybe here. Okay, so ideally, take the high of the stock, form a frame to the bottom. In our math, we took a round figure of 200. Midpoint is this. This is 50% zone, 100% zone, and 0% zone. This date is special. This date is special because it is the birth date of the stock. This date is special because anniversary day, lifetime low, and this date is also special because it is a lifetime high date. Okay, now what I will do is, Gann told further divide that 50% zone into two pieces. So how much is this? Okay, and further divide those four zone into two equal pieces. So ultimately everything is jam packed inside a matrix, inside a beautiful matrix of 8 zones. 87.5, 62.5, what else? 37.5, 12.5. All right, and WD Gann clearly told these two are dangerous, 50% and 12.5. This one and this one. Why? I will explain you in few minutes. Now, what WD Gann told is, he said the price will take support and resistance at all these levels. There is something called Gann extensions also. What you can do, you can make further extensions from the lifetime high to make it 112.5% and 125%. So tomorrow, if this price for some reason rallies above, this can be a first level of resistance, possible resistance, and this can be a second level of possible resistance. This is what WD Gann told. All right. Since the entire script is jam packed into a rectangular time frame, into a rectangular frame of 8 divisions, this is called the Gann power of 8. Is everything clear now? Why it's called as Gann power of 8? Now you should get two big questions. The first question is, Does this system compare with Fibonacci levels? What is the Fibonacci golden ratio? Does anyone remember the number? Fibonacci golden ratio is 61.8. Okay, it is 61.8. Don't you think that 61.8 is close to your 62.5? Which is the next one? 38 point. Don't you think 38.2 is another just 0.5% away from 37.5? It's pretty close, right? Now, does it really matter? They're pretty close. So it absolutely doesn't matter. Now there is a question from Pushkar. He's asking, are the price of stock split should be accommodated in this computation? You don't have to bother. This entire matrix is irrespective of your split. Assume 200 rupees was the price. Suppose the stock splits 1:2. The lifetime high becomes 100. So if 50% is 100 before, it becomes 50 now. Will it change? I repeat, the Gann power of 8 is independent of stock splits. Is that clear, everyone? Simple. Good. Okay. The Gann square of 9 is an entirely different topic. There is a beautiful video that has already been uploaded in my YouTube channel many months ago. You can go and check it out. All right. Anyway, now in this entire conversation, you guys realize the importance of 50%. Any stock above 50 is considered to be good, but if it falls below 50, even the institutions tend to drop it. Okay, and there is something called as a danger zone. Okay, the danger zone is this, the 12.5% zone. This is the most danger zone in entire stock market. Whenever price by any chance falls into this 12.5% zone, it is heading for a disaster. It requires extensive effort for any stock to even come back or come out of the 12.5 zone. Okay, now there is one more interesting math that WD Gann told. Apart from these calculations, he even mentioned about lifetime high minus lifetime low by 2. So what is the lifetime high is 200. Okay, what could be the lifetime low? It's close to 12.5, right? So maybe 25 by 2, which is 175 by 2, roughly around 87.5, correct? That is roughly here. Okay. 87.5. This is 50%. 87.5 is somewhere here. I'll use a different color here so as to give you that picture. Both these lines are important. Now Swati is asking how long data should be considered in this analysis. Ever since the beginning of time, ever since the listing date of the stock, you need to have the data to make this analysis. If you don't have data, there is nothing you can do. Data is must. And that was my first slogan today. I said we believe in God. For everything else you need data. Okay, price remembers history. All right, we spent a lot of time on the discussion. Let me go back to the slides. So take the lifetime high, divide it into 8 zones. Okay. Divide it into 8 zones. Somebody is telling, sir, the low is 5. No, in this the new example, my low is 25. Don't worry. Okay, try to take the essence of it, because when I am telling some example, I pick some arbitrary number. Anyway, so divide it into 8 zones of 12.5%, 25, 37.5, 50, 62.5, 75, 87.5, and 100. You should also extend the price from lifetime high to 112.5 and 125%, which I have explained. During the time when WD GAN traded, there was no computers, not even calculator. All right. Remember, those days, assembling everyday data over the period of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years itself was a humongous exercise, because you need to collect data. There was no computer, mind you. He was supposed to buy a big graph, print a graph which is as big as, like, say 20 feet by 30 feet, which is equal to your living hall in your home, and then religiously plot it and then make a decision. Today you just click and you get a chart. So those days, these levels were working phenomenally well. But today, what has happened with the advent of many technological innovations, lot of systems, algorithms, execution algorithms, strategy algorithms, it might exactly not work. But if you superimpose these levels using price action, definitely you will have a very reasonable edge. Anyway, these zones are more or less similar to Fibonacci levels, but GAN always believed in these levels, and significant being the 50% zone. And there is one more dangerous zone he always mentioned, the 12.5% zone. And many a times I prefer to superimpose Wyckoff theory to understand the stock level better and to make proper decisions, and never buy any stock which is in the zone of danger, that is 12.5%. Now let us talk about abyss, the danger zone. How many of you have heard of abyss? How many of you have heard of abyss? ABYSS. Anybody? Abyss is one of the deepest point in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, it is one of the deepest region in the Pacific Ocean. The deepest point is called as Mariana Trench, that is correct, but the deepest region is called as abyss. Okay, I call this space, the 12.5% zone of any stock, as abyss. Why? Abyss is a place where humans cannot go. It is one of the darkest regions in the ocean. Tremendous amount of pressure. Some of the deadliest creatures live there. Human beings have not able to reach that point. It's around 10 kilometers depth, okay, from the tip of the ocean. You can imagine now. All right. The abyss of stock market is 12.5% level. I just connected these two analogies and created this story. Okay, it's I call it personal abyss. Of course, WD Gann never called it abyss. Okay, don't be confused. Okay, that is my way of calling that region to simplify things. The stocks which fall into that zone will need a major overhaul to recover. Many times, stock gives a dead cat bounce and collapse into the region. Majority of stocks which enter this region will never recover. Okay, let us see some examples. So which stock you wanna check, friends? Somebody wanted Yes Bank. I knew this will come up. Where is the stock? Where is the stock in Yes Bank? Who has Yes Bank? Tarun Kalra and Rahul Desai. Okay, now look at this dead cat bounce. How many of you can make out? This is cheating. Imagine how many retailers are cheated here. How many retailers are locked here, 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 here? Can you guys understand that point? The better way to show it is to go on a weekly or a daily candle. Let's go daily. Can you make out? See, this stock came into the abyss region once. This was in October last year. It bounced back. Within 2 months, it went inside. Okay, it almost came to zero, and this is the final dead cat bounce, which was mainly to trap innocent retailers. And this entire rally was fake. Okay, next. Everyone ask only one question. I am not only one script. I cannot honor one person asking 10 scripts. Okay, because there are 180 people. Preferably ask different ones. Each person will get a chance. Okay, Reliance Capital 100% abyss. What is there in that company? You know when they went to abyss? They went to abyss. They have been in abyss only for a long time. Look at this. See, first time it entered abyss in late 2004 and 5. Again late 2006 it came. Again 2008 it came. Every time it fought and went out. It went out. It went out and finally collapsed. Okay. Arca Mandal, don't even ask, friends. What is the point in checking Arca? Okay, your Reliance Communication is already in abyss for a long time. It's over. Its topic is over. Anybody raising from the Phoenix? Yes, there are many. For that only, we are in the process of building a scanner for that. Okay. Suzlon. Okay. Now, how many times I had fought with many people after 2010, almost 10 years, it never came out. There was a time so many analysts were telling, okay, Suzlon doubles. When Suzlon goes from 20 to 40, Suzlon doubles. But nobody understand that it came from 400. Nobody had that maturity to understand. Okay. So this is my personal tool, friends. Okay. This is a tool that I have defined it for myself. Okay. It's called as WD Gann Studio. So it's called as WD GAN Super Studio. Okay. Yeah. Now, next, Tarun Kalra is asking Syntex. Tarun, can you see this? Look at this brilliance. 2008 recession. It came from 52, exactly kissed abyss and bounced back. And next time post 2012, it came inside abyss and went back, and after that it's over. These stocks will never come out. Don't even think about it. There are very few interesting stocks which comes out of abyss. Okay. V2 retail. This guy was a darling. See, I want stocks to behave like this. A massive fall. Can you see this? What is that, friends? All pattern traders. Good. Very good. Okay. Imagine this. This guy broke out of abyss way back in 2016 at 125. He went 300%. Again, he came back to abyss. Now, don't expect this now. This stunt is over. Don't even dream. According to me, out of 100 stocks which bounce back from abyss, if they go back, 90% don't come back. They are dead. Okay. SpiceJet. Tirupati Selvan wants SpiceJet. SpiceJet is playing at 25% level. It is taking biggest support there. And look at this interesting behavior. It entered abyss and bounced back. 1, 2, 3 times it has bounced back. But this time if it comes, I doubt it would have any strength. Don't even attempt such stocks. If you really want to romance something, play this war horse. Do you find anything interesting here?